Good morning, y'all. I hope you've slept well. My back is on fire. So it's feeling a little spicy today. I had a couple of things come to me last night. Couple things. So I'm a big fan of Candace Owens. I'm a big fan of Cardi B. And I'm a big fan of Megan Thee Stallion. And I'm a big fan of Eminem. I'm a big fan of all of these people. Because I like what Candace stands on. I like that she speaks the truth. She owns who she is. And I respect that. And I like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Eminem, all these people because their music stands on truth. You can hear it in the words. And it's their truth. It's their truth that they walk through. Just like what Candace says is her truth. What she's walked through. Her opinions. You know, in your music, you carry opinions. And it's crazy to me when she read all the negative things that a lot of these people said about her, when she was reading them on the back of her book on her podcast. I was like, dang, that's crazy. I didn't realize that we live in such a world where it's one thing for you to be able to speak your opinions, say your thoughts, and speak your truths, whether that be out of your mouth and gossip and whatever, right? Or in music, in whatever industry you're in. But it's not okay for other people to do it. Like, when did that start? It's so crazy. Honestly, I was really taken back by it because I like a lot of their music. And I'm like, man, why can you be upset with a woman that does the same thing you do in different ways? It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. You call out people all the time in your music. You do. I love it. But you do. So why are you hating on Candace for doing the same thing? It's crazy to me. You gotta go back to the drawing board on that one. But there's a Megan Thee Stallion song that I freaking have been jamming to, and I'm gonna read some of her lyrics because it's truth for me.
Ain't got no tea on me. This whole thing she TMZ. I mean, the sooner you accept that I'm that bitch,
Oop.
the better your life will be. All my haters, so it's too many. Say a prayer, can't be too many. Make your rotation, can't be too many. Make a pavement, know I got plenty. Buy Birkin, city to city. Write verses, features ain't penning. Switching niggas.
So there's one part that really speaks to me. Where she talks about when you speak my name causes a little discord. I'm well aware my name causes a little bit of a discord for a lot of people. And only time all y'all in agreement is when y'all trying to go against me. That part too. And then this one right here. I wanted everyone right here with me, but that was my fault being too friendly. I was thinking everybody was all good, but the whole time you was my enemy. Only time you're in agreement is when you trying to go against me. Yeah, it's hard truth to face, but it is facts. And, it came to me last night. I think it's comical now because I can see those of many flying colors of my past that had something to do with all this psychological warfare and this gossip and this humiliation and all these lies being spread about me. A lot of these people had kids. Okay? And that was really hard for me to wrap my head around. Not only were a lot of them religious in different ways, they had children. I'm a single parent. I also have a kid. And I've been mom and dad to my son pretty much all 18 years of his life. So it's ironic to me that there are those that now playing the victim mentality and want a green light and want me to befriend you out in public and pretend I don't know what you did to me, like last night with your children there, to get out of all the dirty seeds that you have sowed? Because I know, and you know, and we both know, right? And it's like, why didn't you think about that when you were causing all that havoc in my life intentionally with my son? Because I'm a parent too. Why? Does my life not matter? Does my son's well-being not matter? Does it not? Because the actions that you were taking in the last 6, 7 years, 10 years of my life says otherwise. Says otherwise. And so I just say these things to think about these things in your actions. You know, that's why it's very important for you to go into the world and do and act as if you're always being watched. Whether that be by the law or whether that be by God. Because in different ways, you are. You are. We all are. You know, and now there is corruptive law, clearly. That goes without saying. You know. People wonder where I get my confidence, where I get my resilience, where I get my perseverance. I get it because I literally have walked through the pits of HELL. I've looked the devil in his eyes 24/7 for the last decade of my life in different ways my entire life. And I have made it out, still alive and breathing and strong and of mind, body, and soul. That in itself is where I get my strength. Because I know everything that I have come through, everything that I have overcome, and everything that I had stacked against me. Based off all personal perceptions, personal lies, and personal gains and personal agendas, and wanting to scapegoat me, and me to go down for all their dirty deeds. Because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of dirty deeds that people have sowed. And it's crazy. And I'm going to start spending time on sharing them. And I'm going to share them in a particular way, so need not worry on the names. You guys know what part you played. All right? But I felt compelled to touch on that. Because it's like, we have to get to a place, like, why do we hate on Candace for speaking her truths? Why do we hate on people for doing the same thing in different ways you are? We all deserve to speak our truth. We all do. We all deserve to speak our truths and stand on 10 morals and values and back each other up and quit picking all these sides and acting all crazy. But yeah, it came to me when I was thinking about that with the kids, because I know they're playing the victim mentality, to say the least. That's something these people are very good at. They're very good at playing the side of both sides of the coin. They really are. They're very good at manipulation. And they're very good at psychological warfare. They are. They're very good at warping your mind. They are. It's very sad. I see it a lot of the times too. I see it a lot of times happening to those around me. That's why I go out of my way to, like, for example, my coworker and I yesterday, it was an interesting Monday, but there was one lady that really ticked me off. How she spoke to my coworker was the most rude. It was just completely rude. And she was an investor with a rental property that had been sitting empty for 2 months. And I'm thinking in my head, lady, as soon as you figure out that your rental property has been sitting empty for 2 months because of how you treat people, the better off you'll be. The better off you'll be. You don't talk to people like they're beneath you. What is wrong with you? For no reason. Absolutely no reason. You had no leg to stand on. She had no leg to stand on. She's like, let me allow myself to repeat myself just so I make sure we're all on the same page and you understand what I'm saying. That's what she said. I'm like, oh man, and he handled it such like a pro. Such like a pro. I was like, bro, I was fuming at the bits. I was fuming. It just upsets me when people talk to people like that. It's just unnecessary. It's completely unnecessary. You can still get to the solution and the resolution without degrading people. I promise you it's possible. I got that on lock. People degrade me and I still get to the solution and the resolution while people are degrading me. So tell me how that's not possible. If I figured out how to do it while people are degrading me, I'm pretty sure it's a possibility.